This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Hi, good evening and welcome to Sports Monday. I am Julian Gibson. Commonwealth American Football League action from Saturday saw the REJ Sands Pros beating the Jets 28-6. Boy, it looked like the Pros, they still own the Jets.
It was basically to set the tone, to get the offensive line blocking, the defense to put the mix-ups. Mostly it's to get the receivers to catch the ball. Nothing really, no big plans like that. Now that we're practicing and we're getting the offense and defense together, we feel as if we could put up a better fight.
To me, I wouldn't say tough loss. I'd say key mistakes brought us to the situation where we are. To me, we played an excellent game. It's just some key mistakes we need to clean up in order to be better. Just a few adjustments, that's all it is. Coming into this game here, we had a little fall off. I guess coming around the Christmas season is a little tough for guys to come out. But nevertheless, if we get the practice in, we'll gel more and we'll be able to make the assessment and adjust according to what we need to make the drives successful. It's just a lack of missed opportunities, that's all it is. But
shifting gears, our under-17 girls junior national volleyball team, well, they're getting ready to head to Trinidad for some major competition.
I expect the competition to be really tough. This is the first time we will be participating. We understand that Trinidad has a great team. We also understand that USVI have been training and practicing just as hard as we have been. So I expect a tough competition. However, I do expect us to be in the championship round.
How's the chemistry for this team, and what's their strength and what's their weakness they need to fine-tune in time for competition?
The chemistry has been pretty good. We've been getting better and better as the days go on in each practice and each game that we participate in. Of course, there are other activities outside of the game itself that they try to get together and communicate more. You know, there's been some ups and downs, and from what I see now, we're pretty much gelling. As far as their strengths, I think we have some good servers. I think also that we play backward defense pretty good. We have to improve on our blocking and reading the attacks on the other side from the opponents.
From softball, well, that sport is a stranger to residents of Long Island for the past 2 years. Fast-pitch softball has been missing in action. Chester Fox, boy, he really doesn't like that situation.
I mean, that goes without saying because, you know, I love softball. And it was up to me, we'll still be playing. But what happened, the guys need to rise above the little petty politics. And some of our key players, that's all it is, you know, being selfish and letting little petty politics cause the league to go down. And we need to rise above that. Because softball not only is good exercise, it's also a good family outing. You know, we need softball.
You think it's going to come back in Long Island?
Like I said, Julian, it is up to us to put our differences aside and forget about the petty politics. And we have a good school program going. The two high schools are doing pretty good. And now we have a dynamic young PE coach in the person of Darrell Wells Jr. So hopefully we can put our heads together and get it back because we need it.
And a number of divers from all over the planet are on the island of Long Island this week. In fact, they have been there from last week competing in a dive competition. This is big news for the 242.
We have competitors come from all over the world. I mean, many different countries. And they're setting national records and world records every year. A few world records are broke and many national records.
So compared to other diving events, would you say this is one of the premier dive events?
Yes, without a doubt. It's one of the best in the world. And the location as well, because no matter what kind of conditions there are, they'll be able to dive. There are other places in the world if the seas are rough or there's too much wind, they won't be able to dive, but they can come here and divers can dive pretty much 365 days a year.
And finally in sports, the countdown is on for the North Long Island High School Basketball Jamboree, even though it will not start until February 2014.
The Jamboree serves a major fundraiser. So that's how we get our income to run us pretty much through the year. But the Jamboree really is a boost to the economy of the island, particularly the North. Because, you know, we get everybody involved, the bus drivers, the taxi, the homeowners, people who own apartment, vendors, they all come out and participate. The income to the community during the Jamboree is significant.
From what you've been hearing, as for teams coming in, I guess a lot of people calling, a lot of teams calling in, they want to be in Long Island.
We should have the same participation as we did last year. We had about 5 family islands represented 5 or 6 family islands represented, and about 4 or 5 schools out of Nassau. Private schools included.
Well, that's all the time for sports on a Monday. Once again, I'm Julian Gibson. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.